Some breaking news from Jammu and Kashmir, where what we are learning is that a huge search operation has been launched by the security forces to track down terrorists. This is happening near the international border in the Samba district. This is being done in view of reports that terrorists are planning to infiltrate into the Indian side using underground tunnels from the international border to carry out attacks across the Union territory. On the new year, the entire region has been put on high alert. So security forces have launched that massive manhunt to ensure that they can flush out the terrorists and especially crack down on the entire OGW network that seems to be operating actively, especially in the South Kashmir area. And what we are learning is that there are reports that terrorists are likely to infiltrate into the Indian side via the international border, which is why security forces, namely the Special Operations Group of Jammu and Kashmir Police, have launched this massive search operation and have also reached out to the locals to ensure that no shelter is provided to these terrorists. I'm joined by my colleague Tejinder Singh Sodhi, who's getting us this piece of breaking news when it comes to the terror threat in Jammu and Kashmir. Tejinder, give us the details.
Yes, Ashman, you see, right now a massive search operation has been launched by the security forces, especially the Special Operation Group of Jammu and Kashmir Police. And this operation is going along the international border in the Samba sector. And as you rightly pointed out, that the police, the Special Operation Group of Jammu and Kashmir Police has also reached out to the local residents, telling them that if they see any kind of suspicious movement along the international border, they should immediately inform the local police and should not provide any kind of support or shelter to these terrorists. This search operation is being carried out in view of the inputs that the terror outfits based out in Pakistan are trying really hard to send in terrorists into the Indian side to carry out infiltration through the international border so as to create disturbance in the Union territory of Jammu and Kashmir on or ahead of the New Year celebration and also ahead of the 26th January, the Republic Day celebration. So inputs suggest that terrorists want to carry out an attack in the Union territory of Jammu and Kashmir on or before 26th of January. If you remember, just 2 days ago, 4 dreaded terrorists who had infiltrated into the Indian side were killed in an encounter with the security forces in the Sidra area of Jammu, and now there are more inputs with the security agencies that more infiltration is being planned from across the border to carry out these type of attacks in the Union territory of Jammu and Kashmir, and that is the reason that security apparatus all across the Union territory has been put on heightened alert to ensure that any nefarious attempt being made from across the international border or the line of control are foiled by the security agencies. Yes, Ashman.
Right. And Tejinder, at the same time, while there is that active crackdown to ensure that there is no infiltration from Pakistan's side, is there also a kind of a crackdown on the OGW network, which seems to support the entire terror infrastructure in Jammu and Kashmir?
Indeed, Ashman, you see, the security apparatus, if you remember just a couple of weeks ago, there have been a massive crackdown that was launched on the Jamaat-e-Islami. Around 200 of its properties have been sealed, and these were the people who were funding terror activities across the Union territory of Jammu and Kashmir. The Jamaat, the money which was generated by renting or leasing the property of the Jamaat-e-Islami was being given to terror outfit. This was revealed by the charge sheet that was filed by the National Investigation Agency and also the State Investigation Agency. So a massive crackdown all across the Union territory of Jammu and Kashmir is underway by various security agencies to ensure that the entire ecosystem of this terror network is crushed. The entire support structure, including those overground workers, the white-collar terrorists who are providing support to these terrorists without picking up the gun. So the entire network is identified and action is taken against them. 200 properties of the Jamaat-e-Islami are already seized. There are more properties which are being identified. Today we witnessed that one of the boundary walls of a terrorist who the boundary wall of his house in South Kashmir, Anantnag, has been dismantled. He had illegally encroached upon the state land. So the authorities in Jammu and Kashmir, they have launched a massive crackdown not only against the active terrorists but also the entire support structure of the people who have been providing support to these terrorists in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. Yes, Ashman.
Right. Thank you, Tejinder, for getting us that piece of breaking news. So the security apparatus on high alert in Jammu and Kashmir, where there is intelligence report that there could be rising infiltration from the Pakistan side, namely from the international border. So the special operations